At Rockwall Ford, we are joined by the 2025 NCAA National Champion Rockwall Yellow Jackets. Ladies, thank you so much for joining us and appreciate you coming here tonight.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely. So lots to get into here because I was getting a brief, overview of your season and everything, and things that stuck out at the top of my head were things like undefeated. Obviously, you beat a big team, to win the title. So first off, let's just start by asking the preparation, the work that was put in this year, and I know it's a year-round deal. And make no mistake about it, folks. Cheerleading is an athletic sport. These are athletes. This is a very demanding physical sport, and so there's lots that goes into this. What was the whole preparation like coming into this year to try and achieve these goals?
I'm going to go ahead and
Go ahead.
pitch in. So I think because this is a new division for us, we all kind of really wanted it. So we were all ready to work hard. And it's all about training to get your body there, get your body ready. So we put in work on our skills, on our stunts, and kind of just work together to get to where we needed to be.
The when you talk about a new division for you, can you explain that to some folks that don't really know what that means, like me?
So different divisions in cheer are based off we have two for Rockwell. We have a game day division and we had our performance division. Game day is a whole different set of material. So you have a cheer, you have your fight song, you have your band dance, and there's different rules that apply for those. But then for performance, it's a routine that plays music and you do a routine to the music. But then we had a cheer that we did while performing stunts. And difficulty level is harder for performance, whereas game day, it's more of the preps, the extensions, the easier stuff.
So as you enter a new division this year, as Coach Kristen Timms is over here, and I can't get her up because maybe she can elaborate on some of this. But why the move to go to a new division? In your thoughts?
Because I think that she believes that we have the right skill level to do something bigger than we did last year. I mean, I don't know. I feel like she thinks that we had a lot of potential and stuff, and we definitely put it to use.
Well, obviously, you did have a lot of potential, and it did pay it off. When you talk about going undefeated, so we know these different sports like basketball and things like that. They have they play games and things like that. What does an undefeated season look like for a cheer team? How many competitions will you go through in a year to be undefeated?
So we basically go through, I want to say we had maybe three or four competitions, and we compete against some competitions. We compete against 12 people, and some competitions we compete against 3 people. So just going undefeated in all those types of competitions.
Gotcha. When you're going to go to nationals, obviously it's a big week and lots of excitement and things like that. What were the nerves like? What was the week like? What was the day like for you girls?
It was kind of it was low-key kind of stressful, especially because it was our first year competing in that division, and I feel like we kind of had a lot to prove, especially because the team that we were most worried about, we really only competed against them at that competition, so we didn't really know how they were going to score us against them or how it was going to really look. So it was kind of nerve-wracking because you can do super good on day 1, but then day 2 you could completely mess up and then it's over. So it's kind of really scary.
It has to be because I feel like this is a sport. When I watch Olympics and things like that, when you watch figure skating and you get into all these events that are left in the hands of judges, You can only control what you can control, and you can think that you put out your best performance, but at the end of the day, it's about the judges and what they see and how they score you. Do you worry about the judges and trying to impress them, or is it just staying within your team and just being confident in what you can do, so that hey, we're just going to do the best that we can do, and whatever happens on the score happens? Is that how you girls approach it?
Yeah,
Mhm.
but because judges at every different competition, or maybe day one and day two, they look for different things. So at UIL, for example, which we competed game day at that one, but they like looked for like a certain thing whenever you're competing. Like they looked for if you do this right and this right, but then at NCAA they could look for something totally different. So it kind of just varies about what judges you have. But impressing the judges is definitely something we need to.
Yeah, so like
Yeah.
we send them flowers or something. Do we need to like? How do we? We just need to prep judges
Yeah.
going forward. We were talking with the Rockwall varsity cheer squad. A few of the members that how many? So how many members were on the national championship team?
12.
12. Okay, all right. So we have 7 here. So everybody here was on it, and then a few more. And then I'm assuming you have alternates just in case. Is that how it works? The the day of, or when you just finish your routine and you're waiting on scores, what's that whole thing like? I saw the video of you girls huddled up and you were just kind of face down all together. What when you and you're hearing the results, right? What was all that moment like?
It was.
It was scary, not gonna lie, because
Yeah.
the team that we were going against, Brennan, they basically, our scores were the same as theirs, so it was kind of like a flip of the coin. Like it could have went either way, and we didn't really like know our score, so they say scores like as they're saying, oh, in second place your score with a 90 whatever point, the so you don't really know your score until like they say your name after it. So it was kind of nerve-wracking, especially because they are such a talented team and our scores were so close. It was like it could have went either way.
Yeah, and then the moment they announce it, and obviously you got the streamers, the confetti, you got Coach just she's going crazy. I saw the video of her, and just you've had a moment to think about that, and kind of think about that memory. What was it like? Just hearing your name and relief. Was it obviously there's excitement there? Was it disbelief? Where was the team at? Do you think?
I think I would say a lot of relief because we've worked on this same routine for the entire year. So knowing that all of our hard work had paid off in that moment, a lot of relief.
Yeah, and especially because the first day we were pretty neck and neck with the team that we beat and stuff. So whenever we were in the circle, it was so just like it was so stressful to know like did we make it or did we not. So when they called our names, it was so just like, oh my god. Like,
Yeah, I imagine it was just an unbelievable feeling to know that wow you did it. Coming into day one on nationals, if you can think back, it really is that the day that kind of okay we're going to be in it or we're not. This is you have to you have to get through day one to get to day two, but going into day one, what was the confidence level going into nationals?
So I think day one we were more nervous than anything. Backstage there was more jitters than usual, and um, day one is like only 25% of your score, so that's not the biggest day. Day two is the more important day, but day one you get all your jitters out. So I think that was kind of good for us in a way because we kind of experienced the floor how it was, but it was definitely very nervous being back there, just waiting like to go and compete the first time because then like that sets your tone for tomorrow, how you're gonna do tomorrow, if you need to be bigger or like if you need to fix things.
Is this the first national championship by the I mean, in this category, obviously? Yeah, yeah. Okay, so we're but what what is that like knowing that even if it's maybe the second, but you're one of the few that have done it at this school. Just the whole JFND, the pride of being a Rockwall Yellow Jacket. What does that mean for girls that are coming up, and then just future Yellow Jackets?
Um, it's it's definitely it feels like big shoes to fill, I guess, in a way, because if we do have that same team again, it's gonna be like, okay, they were national champions, so we can't like fall short of that. Like we can't get second. Like the only other option is winning, but it's also kind of like I guess a prideful moment because it's like we put our all into this. We wake up like 3 hours before most kids are even going into school or even waking up in the morning, and we're out here practicing no matter what the weather is, if it's freezing cold outside or if it's so hot, and we're like, can we please open the garage and get some
Wait,
fans
you'll have to
out?
practice outside.
We practice in like
Oh,
the
no.
indoor, but
Yeah,
like
but it's still cold in there.
Yes,
Yes,
Basically
yes, yeah.
outside.
yes.
Basically.
So it gets
Yeah.
the practice sometimes get really intense, and sometimes we'll be sweating and we'll be like sliding on each other, and
Yeah.
so it just feels really good when like you know that you did all you could and it like worked out. But it does. It's at the same time. It's like next year we have to keep moving forward
Well,
and
the
keep getting
standard set.
better. Yeah.
The standard has been set, right? So
For sure.
so now you're there's kind of you're the team that people want to be like, and you're the team that people are saying, okay, how can we be better than the Rockwall Yellow Jackets, right? We're talking 2025 NCAA national champions. How many seniors do we have up here on the mic?
Just
On the mic,
me
just
and
us
Cam.
two.
Just you two. I'm going to ask you two as seniors. Could there be anything better your senior year than going out like this?
Definitely not. I think this was
No.
probably the best way to go out.
Yeah.
The just when you look back on your journey in cheerleading, what was it like to be able to go out this way? In your mind.
So for me, this was probably the best competition I've had because I've known these girls for so long. I've cheered with like half of them outside of school, and then like I grew up with a lot of them. So winning with all these girls meant so much more to me than any all-star competition because like I got to do it like my sisters. So like this is just the perfect way to end my senior year, to end high school cheer. Like I couldn't ask for anything better.
Yeah, I mean, and a lot of people that don't know, much like club soccer and different club sports like basketball, cheer has an outside aspect to it where there's different teams and things like that you compete on. Do those? I'm interested because I do have a son that plays club soccer, and now he's going to be entering high school, and he's got high school soccer. Do those things conflict? Do you know? Do they? Is there times where it's like you have to choose something, a practice or anything like that?
They definitely conflict a lot of times, but you learn to split your time equally eventually, so you get to attend to both of them.
I want to ask you about adversity over throughout the year and maybe leading up, maybe coming in for last year. Injuries happen, and as I mentioned, it's a very physical, demanding sport. Was there any adversity this year that this team had to overcome due to injuries or other things like that?
Yes. Our very first competition, like an hour or two before we went on, we had to like rearrange like almost our whole routine because one of our girls got like really really sick and she couldn't
Yeah.
compete, and we had to throw one of our alternates in there, and
like 2 hours before.
yes, like
2 hours before.
literally
not
we
even.
we put together a routine, and then right then Coach Timms was like, okay guys, we have to go to warm-ups. It was so scary, especially since it was our
Yeah.
first competition, like debuting like our routine, and everyone already had such a high standard, so it was like,
We just
oh my
didn't know
gosh,
how
we
to
have
go,
to do
yeah.
good, but it worked out and we did great. So
Yeah.
What does it say about the program and where Rockwall Cheer is to be able to have alternates step in and pick up and just be able to say, hey, I got it, I can help out. What does it mean to the team, and what does it say about the program where you girls are at to have alternates being able to step up if you needed?
it really means a lot because our alternates honestly work just as hard as we do. Like our alternates keep up with just the same amount of skills as we do. Like we'll throw them in sometimes during practice and they'll do the stunts, like even if they don't get to compete. Like we do work with them just as much as we do like the girls who are on the mat and competed. So they really do like help us. Like anytime that we're like, oh my gosh, like I'm so tired, they're always like, let's go, like you got it. Matt talking to us, like we always anytime before we would go full out, we'd always pray. They'd always be part of our circle and pray with us and do our breakout with us and stuff like that. So it really means a lot that they are always ready to like step in anytime that we needed them and anytime it would be like a quick thing, and they were just like on top of it, and they would work to do whatever they needed to do to make sure that they could do their job.
Let's give the seniors a shout out. So, how many seniors were on the squad this year?
Oh,
5,
like
6.
most of them.
Let's name them off. Let's name them.
Cam.
Cam, Kylie, Molly, Carly, Kaylin, Alyssa,
I think there's another one.
Peyton.
and that was
Abby.
it. Oh yeah,
Abby.
Abby. So
So
like
8.
8. So yeah. So let's give some love to the seniors. I know it's a big deal to them to go out as part of a squad, part of a group. Let me switch gears and ask you about game days and cheering at football and different events. I know basketball is going on right now. I've seen you girls at the basketball game. How exciting is that to be part of a school tradition and be at games, especially when you're in the playoffs like this? Just how much fun is it to just be able to cheer in events like that?
I mean, I think it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
You get so invested, and like being at the games, football game sidelines, we're all down there just as like actively involved, like the football players, because we just watch and we want them to win so bad. So it's just so exciting for all of us to be down there.
Yeah, it's just a tradition that having cheerleaders at sporting events. It's really one of those things where sometimes it just kind of flies under the radar and we don't think about it, but it's a very important part of the whole game day experience. Just having those halftime shows, and having just some cheer in between the plays and things like that. It's really big and it for the community, and I know a lot of people appreciate it, and so I appreciate it. So thank you, girls, for being out there and doing those things. I know it's a little bit different setting probably than competition. You get to let loose a little bit out there as you're cheering on the students. All right, let me pop up this graphic really quickly. So there is a RHS Cheer mini clinic May 27th through the 29th. I put the graphic up on the screen, and so you see the QR code there. If you'd like to scan it, we'll make sure that we post it out as well. I know my daughter's participated in this a couple of times, and she's had the opportunity to go out in the field on a game day and things like that, and be part of that. How much fun are those clinics and just seeing the future, the young girls just look up to? They're looking up to you girls. But how much fun is it to be part of those clinics?
I love it. It's one of my favorite things. I love doing it because it's just like to see how happy they all are, and like some of them are actually pretty good. Like I don't know. I think it's a lot of fun.
My daughter's like small, right? We're not big people, but she's super small, and so she would be one that would have to go up. What do you designate? What do you call it? A flyer. She's scared of heights, and so she didn't know all that was involved. The first time that they raised her, she was like, no, and that was it. And I haven't been able to get her back to a clinic yet. But she's now getting over that, and so I think she's a little bit interested. She's like, maybe I'll try it again, things like that. But these girls, that week, what should parents know about what kind of instruction they'll get, and just how much fun that they may have based off your experience during a mini camp like this?
I think it's fun. They get to learn a lot of cheers and chants that they will be able to do at the games, and then they'll be able to tumble and jump and do things that they probably wouldn't be able to do at home, and they get to interact with Rockwall cheerleaders and other kids their age. So I think it's really fun.
Yep. And so many of the girls are these varsity cheer girls, as well as I think I've seen some JV, some other squads out there, right, helping out. But so many cheerleaders that are in the high school are involved in helping these. It really is a fun clinic. It's a fun time for kids at a young age to get out there and just be part of it all and learn what it means to be a Yellow Jacket and get that JFND spirit going early on, right? Because you girls are behind that, all right? I mean, you have to get out some spirit and really get the crowds going sometimes. So let me ask you, go back really quickly to this basketball playoff run. How much fun has all this been, and how excited are you for a Friday night?
It was the last game was so good. It was so much fun. I love cheering out playoffs because it's so like intense, especially when the game was really close. How not the last one we had this week, the one against Waxahachie.
Waxahachie. Yeah, that was an intense game, and they had a big crowd, so it was if you were definitely fighting their crowd along the way,
For
but
sure.
it was fun. Girls, does anybody else want to talk? Does anybody else want a mic?
Anyone?
No.
Anyone?
No. Well, I really appreciate it. Congratulations. You as you mentioned, you kind of set the bar, and the seniors that are going out and all the hard work that was put in. Congratulations to the seniors because I know we have 4 here, right?
Yes.
Congratulations on that, and it's there's definitely freshmen and sophomores, and 8th graders coming up that have seen this and now they want to be part of that, and it's a tradition that you girls have set and a bar that is raised to the highest level now. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay, Coach. I don't think Coach will come up and speak, but I think
No?
no.
Are you sure? I think you should.
It's kind of fun.
No, all right. Next
No.
time, I'm gonna get her at some point. I don't know when or I don't know how, but we will get Coach. I know there's a lot that goes into it with Coach and the time that it takes, and especially from other cheer moms and assistants and things like that. It's a group effort. So the girls, they put in the work and they've got to do everything on their game day, but there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes with the parents and the coaches and the assistant coaches that make it all happen. And so congratulations to all of them. And, thank you for all the hard work that y'all put in. So it's a lot of fun. Girls, thanks again for sharing your experience with us. Good luck in the future, whatever's next for the seniors. For those that are going to be here next year, good luck to you. And hopefully we'll speak to you again. All right. And we'll see you Friday night at the game.
Yes.
All right. So let's go Yellow Jackets. All right. That's going to do it. We appreciate the girls coming in. We appreciate Coach coming in. I know we this is our second attempt to get them on. I think maybe third attempt. That's all on me. So I apologize, but we made it happen. So Friday night at Flower Mound, Rockwall versus Duncanville. Let's show up. Let's be loud. Cancel all your plans. Let's go make some noise, and let's take down the Panthers, and then we'll be here next week talking about round 5, okay? Stingers up.
Singers up!
There you go. All right, that's going to do it for us. Chris Pena.